Hello there YouTube, my name is Chuggy and today I'm playing a little ARMA 3, playing some Wasteland. And today guys, at, well, your request basically, I've got some more ARMA 3 for you. So first of all, I'll apologise, you might be able to tell I've got a bit of a sore throat. Yeah, physical activity in me don't go so well. Anyway, to explain what you're seeing here, this is Wasteland. I'll talk about Wasteland in general in a second. But playing as an independent, I spawn near a firing range. And what happens next is a great example of how you can go from having it all to having nothing by being a cocky bastard in a very short space of time. Pretty awesome little series of events about to happen. I won't spoil it, but yeah, I certainly learned a lesson from trying to be a bit too cocky, I guess. Anyway, so today what I'm going to be talking about is ARMA 3 and Wasteland. What it is, and why I have, in a very short space of time, fallen in love with it. So first of all, I'll start with ARMA 3. This is the game, strictly speaking, the simulator that I'm playing on. It comes in the line of the ARMA games. I was introduced to ARMA stuff from ARMA 2 basically. I'd heard of it and played it a few times, but never really got into it until DayZ, and I think, you know, a lot of people can say the same. You know, DayZ kind of was a, you know, complete breath of fresh air in the zombie genre, and I'll be honest, I went for DayZ, I stayed for the ARMA, and playing things like Wasteland, like some cooperative missions, it's really a lot of fun. I'm quite into sort of, I wouldn't say soldiering, but, you know, seeing how things are done, you know, say, for instance, given, for example, British troops currently deployed in Afghanistan, you know, just the kind of conditions you might see yourself in, and the situations, the environments. Of course, I also have a kind of vested interest because I used to be in the Air Cadets, and I was sort of talked through a lot of this stuff, although it was a very long time ago, and no doubt in what you're about to see I'm going to be breaking many of the golden rules, but never mind. So ARMA 3 is the latest iteration of the ARMA series, and it has really taken my breath away. So fundamentally it's very, I guess, feels very similar to ARMA 2 in terms of just the way it plays itself out and everything else, but most importantly there have been a huge number of small but very valuable tweaks to it to make it just a little more accessible almost. Now, the thing with ARMA 2, when I have played it, is it has always felt a little slow, a little clunky. Now, I always put this down to the fact that, you know, it's not a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, it's not a run and gun kind of game. You know, I kind of accepted it, but there's just something with ARMA 3, it just feels a lot more, I don't know, I wouldn't say compelling, but a lot more engaging when you're actually out there in the field. For instance here, gunshots going off, I find this beautiful EBR 762 in the back of this truck, and lo and behold, forget to put ammunition in the thing, doy. But just the way that, for instance, the UI plays out, this is the new inventory here, you know, just drag and drop stuff into the various, you know, bags and belts and webbing and gear and stuff I've got on to store it. You know, very intuitive, very easy, and to a degree it just makes it a bit more accessible, I guess. You know, using, for example, a handgun in close quarters is now very doable. In ARMA 2 it was a little clunky perhaps. Now you can actually get away with actually trying to legitimately defend yourself with a handgun. Now, here we have our first contact of this little session. Multiple gunshots being heard. I thought, okay, there's going to be two of them at least. I did hear a silenced weapon at one point as well. So I wasn't sure how many people I'd be facing and dealing with. I was prepared for two, and sure enough I got the two there, but it's not over yet. Oh no, 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 no. Anyway, so yeah, ARMA 3 is the latest iteration, improving on what was there in ARMA 2, and it shows. It really does play very nicely. I mean, graphically it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you're only seeing 30 FPS here because that's what YouTube works with, but getting 40, 50 FPS on my machine, it looks beautiful. Draw distance off to a couple of kilometers, you know, and just all in all, I mean, this might be because obviously I am only just starting to play games on a PC proper. It just has blown me away with the quality and the detail and everything. I mean, you know, just look at the individual little stones and stuff here. Okay, it's just a texture, but still, it adds to the experience. Anyway, I digress. So ARMA 3, iteration over ARMA 2, plays really nicely, and this is still alpha, and I should probably mention this is all obviously alpha gameplay, subject to change, and it will get better. The guys at Bohemia are stars with this stuff. Anyway, so that's ARMA, that's ARMA 3, what it all is, and, well, what is this Wasteland thing that I'm playing? Well, it's a mission, in short. The way that ARMA works, you know, in terms of levels and stuff like that, if you want to think of it like that, is these things called missions, and Wasteland is a mission. It is run on a server, and basically it's a game of 3 factions. The best way I can describe it is team-based DayZ, if that makes sense. There are no zombies or anything, but there's Blue 4, Op 4, and Independence, and all 3 groups basically fight it out for resources. You start with a handgun, a map, and a few other bits and pieces, so you do start with a bit more gear, but you are given objectives and stuff for your team to take. Now, for example, I'll just open the map up there and have a look at the current objective, which was a weapon cache. And at this point I was thinking, okay, cool, you know, I've got a lovely rifle here. I was just, you know, checking the controls to adjust the zeroing and giving it a go. For whatever reason it didn't work at the time, and I thought, okay, let's go for it. Let's, you know, make a move for this weapon cache and try and take it. So so as an independent, playing as the independents, things get a little more tricky, let's say. So Op 4 and Blue 4 are 2 teams. They are to attack anyone else apart from themselves. Independents are in it for themselves. It's literally, if you will, the free-for-all equivalent. So I can attack anyone and everyone, including other independents, and it's completely fair game. And certainly the way I've been playing Wasteland today is literally just doing that, denying enemy players resources. And I very nearly get caught out there. A fellow caught me with a pistol. We might just have caught him there underneath that tree. Prime example of me being a little too cocky there. Hopefully I'll learn. We'll see. Anyway, after being shot and surprisingly not losing all that much blood and trying to get rid of this little UI thing here, I bandage myself up and prepare for, well, an assault, put frankly. Just keeping an eye on the horizon for 2 other players. I am contemplating where they are, where the firefight's going to happen, and how I can capitalise and take the advantage from the oncoming inevitable firefight. Anyway, so Wasteland, playing as an independent, I play it literally to deny enemy players. I'll go for weapon caches and things like that, and if, you know, I have friends on the server, you know, we'll play in as independents, and we will try and buddy up. So, although it's perhaps not in the spirit of things, but, you know, if you don't want to be a team, you want to be able to attack anyone, including potentially each other. If you want to, you know, really have a controversial laugh, you can do that. So Wasteland is a lot of fun as a result. It's very fast paced. There isn't much of a penalty of, you know, death as a result, because weapons and things are really easy to find. There are loads of vehicles, and as a result, it's really enjoyable. I really have enjoyed playing Wasteland on ARMA 3, and you know, I enjoyed playing it on ARMA 2. But there's something about this island of Stratus and just the way that ARMA 3 plays itself, with its improvements and everything. I'm just really enjoying my time with it, and certainly from what I've shown off so far on the channel, you guys seem to be enjoying watching it anyway. So in short, it's on Steam right now, or you can buy it from Bohemia's website directly, and yeah, it's, I believe, £19.99, that's British pounds, for just the game, or you can go for like a digital deluxe for 34. I did that. It is so well worth it. And if you're on the fence at all, if you have a friend who plays it, they will be giving out alpha trial keys, which basically just include the single player game, which, if you want to see some content from, it's basically a few scenarios, missions to play on your own. I can get some gameplay of that for you. But anyway, life is short in Wasteland. If you try and be an ass and run someone over, often you'll just get yourself shot. And if you try and take too long and take some gear, someone's going to shoot you.
Bastard.
So yeah, guys, that's Wasteland. I hope you enjoyed the little gameplay there. I've been Chuggy. I'll see you next time, out on the battlefield.